Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 3, Episode 19, Through the Looking Glass. Now, as you can tell from the title, or probably tell, this is a Mirror Universe episode, which coincidentally enough, the last time we saw the Mirror Universe was in the episode Crossover, and the very last line was Cisco asking Kira where she's been, and she says, through the looking glass. So it's like a direct, straight into this one. And so overall, I thought this was an interesting episode. It was kind of entertaining, but it doesn't really further the storyline of Deep Space Nine. This is one of those really episodic ones where it's fun to watch, but it doesn't do anything. So it starts out pretty basic. We see O'Brien kind of walk into Ops, and Cisco's like, where are you going? He's like, oh, we're just leaving. And he takes him at phaser point or gun point, whatever, onto the transporter, and he brings them over to the universe, so the last time in Crossover, they went to the Mirror Universe through the wormhole. Whereas this time it's through the transporter, just like in the original series, in Mirror, they used a transporter. So I thought that was interesting. And they did reference that in the episode Crossover, where the evil Kira says, ever since Kirk came here, we've changed the way our transporters work. So, you can't do that anymore. Well, O'Brien evidently found out a way, which if anybody could, it would be O'Brien. So it turns out that Cisco, the Cisco we saw in Crossover, was killed by Kira, and Smiley O'Brien brings our Cisco over to basically take his place. And O'Brien says, I just need you to complete the mission, and then you're free to go. I don't need you anymore. So he comes over, and he goes over to, the militia, and it turns out that what they need is to get Jennifer Cisco, Cisco's wife, who died in our universe, and she's alive in this one, and her and Cisco have broken up, and so she's been working with the Alliance, and so they need her to basically stop working on her project and rebel against Kira. Which, there's an interesting thing. So in this little, collective, there's Cisco's running it with Smiley O'Brien, the evil Dr. Bragier's there, Nog is there, who talks about how Quark was killed, and then Tuvok appears, which at this point, Voyager's been out for a couple of weeks now, but it was still really early. So I just thought it was kind of interesting to see Tim Russ make an appearance. This is now his second appearance in Deep Space Nine. The first one was in the Dax episode that I don't remember the title of, where he plays a Klingon. So that's kind of cool that Tim Russ reprises his role of Tuvok. I like that. And it's a nice little shout out to Voyager, which we'll see again next season. I don't remember, I'm sure I've seen this episode because I've seen all of Deep Space Nine at least once, but I don't remember if I knew that he was in this until he popped up. And I was like, hey, I know that guy. So that was kind of cool. Cisco ends up sleeping with Dax, which I thought was kind of interesting. Supposedly Avery Brooks was super happy about it because, we haven't seen Cisco really have any romantic interest. There was the one with the lady who kept disappearing, but there's been nothing serious. And so when he sleeps with Dax, and it's kind of implied that he sleeps with Kira as well, supposedly Avery Brooks was super excited that he finally gets his groove on or something. Which, that's kind of cool. I'm curious. We don't really see any ramifications. I wish we'd had a scene where Cisco comes back and then it's just a little bit awkward between Dax and Kira because he's had that intimacy, but whatever. Of course, Cisco ends up talking Jennifer into supporting their cause and cutting the ties off with the Alliance and joining the Terran group. And then, that's basically it. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to this episode. It's just kind of interesting to watch all of these characters play different roles than they used to. Very similar to the last episode, Distant Voices, where they're all playing personality traits of Bragier. Now we all get to see what they would look like through the looking glass. And also, when O'Brien brings Cisco over, Cisco says, where are we? And O'Brien says, you're through the looking glass. So it's kind of a reference to that mirror universe where even when we get to Discovery, somebody actually says, I'm from the mirror universe. So I don't know how I feel about them specifically calling it that, but it is interesting that they reference a mirror passing. I don't know. But so for those who have seen this one, what do you guys think about the mirror episodes? What do you guys think about just this overall? Go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are all great. I will see you guys next time for the two-part episode, improbably cause, and the die is cast. I don't know, I messed that up. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I don't know if I'm going to do it live or not. We'll find out, and I will see you then.